like in 2000, there was a default in Ukraine. It didn't mean that suddenly Ukraine said, we're not going to pay. No, they said kind of, okay, we are in trouble. Let's sit together and agree to kind of restructure our debt.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, some of it with the default also seems to be the faith that the international markets, you know, all of them lenders have in a local economy. And in Ukraine, part of the issue that we have a graph from the Economist where they show Ukrainian foreign reserves, which have been going down consistently, which ideally, and not an economist, but I do my best here, ideally you want 2.5 months, right, of imports, you want to have that. Right, or more.
The more the better, yes.
But Ukraine doesn't have that, and it's been going down.
Yes. And that's exactly the fear, that it will go down further and further, and that at some point they don't have anything anymore. Because indeed, the foreign investors, kind of whoever at some point invests in Ukraine, now wants their money back, and the sooner the better. And so that's why you have to create reserves that people will not fear that the hryvnia will continue to devaluate. And once kind of Ukraine is able to maybe together with the kind of reforms, kind of doing reforms internally by getting money from the IMF, more money from Europe and the World Bank, if they can signal that okay, they're now back in control, the hryvnia will not continue to fall, then indeed kind of the foreign investors might come back again and might support the Ukrainian economy and might bring reserves in that way to the
But I
economy.
mean, if short term, if Ukraine were to default, it seems likely that the hryvnia would fall even lower, right?
That's kind of a likely consequence. Kind of, at the same time, I think if you look at the past histories of the defaults, and also if you look at kind of how bad the situation is already now, then even if there is a default, it should not be that much of a surprise anymore. So kind of now everybody's already talking about default. We are here talking about default. So financial markets already take that into account. So this is different from suddenly there is a surprise, nobody expected, there is a default, then everybody runs. And if you kind of announce, if you kind of agree with the creditors that they will kind of, can we restructure that, then things can calm down in a much better way.